Hello, this is Katie. Welcome back to my channel, or if this is your first time, welcome. I'm going to be doing a craft area tour for you since we have moved into our condo, and this will be my craft area for a very long time to come. So just kind of an overview of essentially the dining room is where I'm crafting because we don't have dining room stuff. I have my mini distress inks in a container like this, just got from Hobby Lobby because the lids kind of come off if they're stacked. And then below that, I have a container that's just got some extra letters for our letter quote board thing and some specialty sheets of stickers. And then I have all of my patterned paper, and then I have it all labeled how it made sense for me based on paper collections that I've had. I've also gotten rid of a lot over time and the last time we moved. And then this Hutch, I actually acquired when we bought this place. I thought they were taking it with them, but I guess not. So I have it, and we moved it into this corner, so that's good. I'm going to show you how I just pull out the IKEA Raskog cart to get to it. It's actually very easy. So that cart rolls out pretty easy on the carpet, and then I have to open the right one, and that can just swing open freely, and then the left one. And then up top, I have my wood stamp collection, along with some decorations in the left corner. And then below that, I've got my printer paper, which I use for like card classes, and people can craft on that so nothing gets on the tables wherever we are. I also use it for embossing powder, catching embossing powder when I'm doing that. And then I have Michael's 110 pound. I figured I would label the shelves just to make it easier. And I've been buying a lot of this because it's a lot more cost effective than the paper tray ink, but I'm also stocked up now on both of them, so I should be good on cardstock for a very long time. But the Michael's 110 is very comparable. And then I just have the Cali Art marker bag, which is one of the affordable alcohol marker sets from Amazon. And then I have my label maker, and this extra, I have 2 extra pieces of this craft sheet, the non-stick sheet basically. So I forgot to turn on my desk lights, but I'm showing you how I taped that down to my table onto the piece of poster board that has been stuck to my desk for years. So whenever I need to replace the craft non-stick sheet, I can do that. Those are a little cheaper on Amazon. Then I just have a stapler and a tape dispenser. And over here, I've got some background stamps. I don't really know where else to store. I've got some Nina Classic Crest, 110 pound, that I rarely use. It would have to be a very nice occasion. I've got the Gonzai Tambi watercolors, and then the Arteza alcohol markers, some more affordable markers from Amazon. And then my envelopes actually used to be in drawers before I got rid of all that shelving before we moved. And so I've just stacked them in here because this doesn't have drawers in it. And then I just have a box of gems and some dimensionals from Stampin' Up! And other places. And then I have 2 boxes. I've got twine, like baker's twine, and then stickers in the box below it. And then I've got these Xyron sticker makers, and then little baggies from when I thought I wanted to make sequin mixes and sell them, which was a dumb idea. So now I just use them for like little die cuts that I want to give to people and stuff like that. Then I've got these 2 shelves I actually had in my laundry room pantry at the old place, and they worked out in here, but not in our new like closet pantry here. So I'm using them to store like extra adhesive. And then I have my envelope punch board and some extra sponge daubers I got from a giveaway from scrapbook.com. And then I have my Amazon laminator that was a gift from my brother. I haven't used it for foiling yet, but I plan on trying that out. And then I have extra pads of paper like the Bristol Smooth or watercolor cardstock. I have another Gonzai Tambi watercolor because one of those is brand new and I need to give that away somehow. Then I have a lot of Stampin' Up! Stamps below and ribbon. And then I have the Arteza equivalent of the Zig clean color real brush markers. And then I have an extra set of Spectrum Noirs from a replacement that Michael's sent me because one of the markers was dry. So I have almost an extra whole set. And then on top here, I've just pulled aside some wood stamp Halloween stamps that I want to make sure that I use this season before I forget. And then a new set of Christmas stamps from Averiel that I got. I'm going to go put in my floating cart, which is where I'm putting stuff I want to make sure I use soon before I forget about it. I'll come back to that. And then in these drawers, I have these card sleeves. I usually just use them. They're for like cards when you want to put them in a seal and sell them, but I've been using them for kitting for card class. It just makes it a lot easier to put the kit together for card class. And then I have a little container of eyeballs, wiggly eyes. I can't remember what they're called. And then I have some embellishments in here, and I have this little monster book that Davina from Popsicle Sticks sent me for Harry Potter. And I have to put it in a bag and hide it because my cat attacks it and thinks it's a monster. So that's fun. And then I have some really cute Christmas embellishments. It's just, those are hard to use, but I really like them, so I'm holding on to it. And then I have the very first stamp I ever made. I was pretty sure I was in 8th grade art class, and we were carving rubber. And this is the stamp I made. So I've kept it for a very, very, very long time, and it still works. And then I store all of my acrylic blocks for stamps right there, and I can reach that from where I sit, so that's good. And then below that, I'm going to scoot these out of the way, and I'll talk about that. I was trying to grab that while watching the phone. I got this paper storage from Joann's with a coupon, so I think I paid about $40 for it. But basically, it got off its track, so I had to put it back on. It makes it easier for me to store. So I have 2 red drawers, but I store my red and then my pink cardstock, then I go from orange to yellow. So it just makes more sense. I'm storing it kind of in rainbow order, and it makes it a lot easier for my colored paper because the situation I had in the past was much worse. And then these are the 2 yardsticks that I film on when I'm filming my cards. I just set them across the 2 sets of drawers, and so I put them off to the side. This top box here has all of my Halloween stamps in it, so I have those in a separate box. And then this one is a lot of just Halloween embellishments and other stuff. There's a bunch of those Target little Halloween paper bags in there. And then this box is my Christmas stamps that I've set aside just to make it a lot easier, and a lot of Christmas paper pads. So I'll be moving those out, or maybe just pulling from the box when it comes Christmas time. But having Halloween and Christmas separated into bins like this makes it a lot easier, but I also have nowhere else to put them. And so then on the left side of my desk, here is the giveaway for the 31-day Spooktacular video hop. I see some lawn fawn in there and some good stuff. So I'll put that link down below. Make sure you're following along and commenting on every video. This box is my distress ink box. If I've ever talked about this in a video, it is because it gives me a headache and it smells awful. And I try to plug my nose, get the ink out, and seal it back up. And I don't know how else to store it. I'm sure there's a better way. Those are some Halloween cards that I've made that I'm going to be using for swaps coming up that I need to get out in the mail. I used the Lawn Fawn Sparkle Pen, the new Sparkle Pen, on that eek word I wanted to show you. I have 3 lamps. I have one that I got from my parents. That's why it looks hella old-fashioned. And then a new one I had bought from Amazon, and this one here that I've had for a while, I think I might have also got from my parents. But they all have daytime bulbs in them, so I'm trying to make it brighter. I may work with my light more because I think my videos can still be a lot brighter. So I'm just kind of pointing out the setup that I use for filming. I have 2 stacked Stampin' Up! Boxes of stamps as well, to raise it up a little bit so you're not too close to me when I'm filming. And then for the markers, as they're right in front of me, I have 4 cubes of Spectrum Noir because they're a little bit fatter, and 2 of Copics. And so that works out for me. I do have some colors mixed because some of the triangles are filling up. And then I have the charts right above me for reference so that I can choose my colors quickly. And then I have an adorable card from Tiffany that I got in the mail. So cute. So that is sitting right on top of my spooky house that I got from Michael's, which I love. It lights up, but it's not on. And then I have my little bucket of alcohol swabs for cleaning my stamps. Nothing has come of it yet. Nothing has ruined my stamps, so I will keep using those because they're convenient. And then my Love from Seattle stamp that I got from Impress up here in Washington. And then our new address stamp that I am in love with. And all the crap on my desk that I have been coloring and working on. And then in these drawer sets, there's 2 sets of drawers stacked on top of each other, so I have 4 total. I have washi tape in the first 2, and then the rest of the drawers are kind of like my postage stamps. My Halloween ones are getting caught. And cards that I've made that I don't want just sitting around getting dusty. I don't really have anywhere else to store my cards. I have a bucket of cards I've made, but it's full. Then I found my name stamp that I got when I was very little. I think we found this store that for some reason had all these name stamps, and I actually have 2 of my brothers. The other one is hiding behind him. But I have my stamp and Pat's stamp because he doesn't care, but it's like memories for me, so I want to keep them. I also have Kevin's. It's back there somewhere behind the stamps. That was like my favorite stamp when I was little because it was my name. Why not? Sometimes I still stamp it on the back of my cards. So I have cards I've made. I'm just kind of running out of room. I need to start donating or sending them out on a regular basis. I'm just very bad at that. So in this one, I have some action wobblers, and then I have some Velcro, which I was considering using for my curtains because they're not quite covering, and I want them to stick to the edges of our back door, like our wall. Then I have a backup tape runner refill, some whiteout tape, and some spatulas. And then I really wanted to show you these little farm animals, but they were blurry, so I had to focus my, I think this video partway through lost the autofocus function, so I had to tap the screen to show you these little buttons. I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but I love them. And then I got one of those cheap blending brush sets from Amazon. This says You Spicy. There are a couple stamp companies that have essentially made the same ones. They stand up if you want these to stand up. I just kept the little one. I tossed the rest. I don't use them. I kept one for laundry. It helps get stains out if you're not sure what to do with one of them. It's very good for that. And I kept the little one for maybe detail blending or something. Then I have backup trimmers, rotator blades for my Fiskars paper trimmer. And then the bottom one is all like glitter glue. And I think that might be an X-Acto knife. So then in the top drawer of my desk, I have my foam tape handy, and then all of my inks. And then I have Post-its, and the one I'm going to show you is that full page, like full sheet Post-it that I can use for sticking down dies before I cut them out. That's been very handy. And then my Lawn Fawn stamp chamois. And then in the door below it is where I keep my dies. That's getting very full, and I need kind of a stronger solution because it's a really cheap plastic shoebox. And then I also keep my printer back there. I don't use it very often. And embossing folders in that clear container back there. And then a like birthday card set from Stampin' Up! In that pink box. And then under my desk, I have my tower computer, which I don't use a whole lot, but I'm hoping to hook up to like a monitor that I want to put on the wall so I can watch crafty videos while I craft or film. And then my Big Shot at my feet and my trash can. And then this cart is my floating cart. So on top, I'm basically just putting stuff that I want to make sure I use soon. And then in the middle, I have a whole big bag of Halloween stickers and stuff that don't fit in my Halloween box, but also the current Halloween paper pads that I want to make sure I use. My Copic refills. Also, I have not really anywhere to put them. And then the 2 binders of my smaller stamps that are in like, the mini ones are in like baseball card sleeves, basically. I have another video where I showed you that. And then over here, I have my paper trimmer and my 2 Tim Holtz stamping platforms, and then my scoreboard, my Martha Stewart scoring, the big one. And then this drawer situation. So the top drawer has all my embossing stuff, and then my glue gun. And then the middle one are all the punches that I've kept. I used to have a lot more punches, but I've given a lot away when I was decluttering. So this is what's left. And for some reason, 2 sets of computer speakers and a camera that doesn't work. It never worked, actually, after I bought it new, and I've had it for years. So there's that. Then I have a bag of bags, and then my bag for card class. So that's my card class bag. And then my I have a decluttering bag. So if you're in the Seattle area and you want everything in this bag, let me know. You can have it. I don't want it. And then my son decided to show up in the video because he's adorable and he loves his baggies. So I gave him the bag of bags because he likes to dig around in it and burrow. He's very strange, but he loves it. So I was telling him he could play with his bags because he's cute. And so then up on my walls, I have 3 paintings from my husband's friend from college. She was getting rid of them and I just thought they were cute. So we put them on our wall. She did them during like those wine and paint sessions, and the Seattle skyline is very cute. And then my friend from high school painted the trees, and my mom is Bob Ross in her spare time because she's awesome. And then I have this thing that I take pictures of cards on, so it hangs on my wall. I got that at Michael's, and some other art and some pocket letters on my wall. And then, I wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything. This is the little rotating cart you can get at Michael's. I think it's made by Recollections, but basically everything I need to grab that's handy, my scissors, my glue, paintbrushes to dust embossing powder away, stuff like that. So, and this didn't get closed, so I need to close that. But anyway, thank you for watching. That has been my new craft area. Hopefully you got some tips for crafting in a small space. And if you have any questions, let me know down below. And I'll also put the link to my blog down below so you can follow along and comment and be in the drawing for a prize for our 31 days. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.